Hey, what up, guys? Jeff here from TheFloatLife. And I know what you're thinking. Jeff, man, you look exhausted. And guess what? You're right. But also, there's a good reason for it. It's because I've been grinding for over a year to get this to you guys right now. GT Bang Bumpers. Yes, that's right. They are finally here. It legit took over a year to get these guys dialed and ready to go for you. And let me sort of explain a little bit why that was so difficult and such a challenge. So bang bumpers are really cool because they're made from this magical type of material called UHMW, which is ultra high molecular weight polyethylene. Yes, it's a mouthful. There's a lot of science and stuff behind it, but basically here's the main thing you need to know. These are the most slippery, durable possible bumpers you could ever get. But the challenge with this is you can't just injection mold this like regular plastic. So if we made it out of like HDPE, or we made it out of like polycarb or like glass-filled nylon or something like that, you can just injection mold them super easy. The cycle times are really low. It's no problem. You can spit those suckers out. Your unit cost is like pennies, and it makes a ton of sense in the world. Your mold costs are even cheap on stuff like that. But the problem with UHMW is you cannot injection mold it. The only possible way you can mold UHMW is if you compression mold it. And that's a little bit tricky. So when you compression mold UHMW, the problem is your cycle times are super long. So we're talking about cycle times of a few seconds if we were to do like an injection mold versus cycle time of 30 minutes with these. So the machine can literally only spit out one set of bumpers every 30 minutes. And it requires someone to hand pour. They have to actively be heated and cooled the entire time you're doing it. They have to rest in the mold in order to cool down so they don't warp. It's like a whole thing. So basically they're really, really, really tough to make. And no factories want to do this either. Trust me, we shopped around a lot in order to try to find multiple different factories to do this, in order to try to drive our costs down up front, in order to sort of get more production going for you guys. And seriously, no one knows how to do this. It's a super specialty process. So we're pumped. We were able to finally get them out. Trust me, it was big time worth the wait. These things are so sweet. So let's show you guys how to install them. Pretty darn easy install. If you've ever changed bumpers before, there's nothing special with these GT bangs. It's just like a regular bumper change, pretty much. But I'll run you guys through it really quick in case you've never done it before. So what you want to do is turn your board off so you don't have any crazy accidents. There it goes. Flip her on over. And you will have a few screws on the bottom. Let's start with the back bumper just because it's easy. So go ahead and pop out the 6 screws on the bottom. All right, maybe that's out. There we go. All right, so that back one should just pop off. There's no slide in like the front. The front bumper is a little bit trickier because the front bumper doesn't just pop off, it actually slides into the rails because of course it does. Why wouldn't you make it do that, right? So here we go. The front one only has 4 screws. So you've got those ones right there. Oh, and I can't believe we didn't talk about this already. Jeff, what size bit are you using to remove those things? Okay, so these screws are very, very specialty. They're known as TP25. It stands for Torx Plus. They're also known as 25IP. Both of those names are the same. It's not regular Torx, it's Torx Plus. So regular Torx kind of has like a little sharp end on the end of it, on the bit, and Torx Plus has more of like a rounded off, kind of squared off end to it. So that's the difference. And what you got to do with the front one, it's a little bit trickier. It's that slide. So once you get all those 4 screws out, it should just slide right out, just like that. There you go. All right, once you've got both of the stock bumpers off, let's start with installing the front. Front's real easy. You just put it right there, slide it on in all the way. And what you want to do, there's 2 different lengths of screws here. Make sure you don't get these ones messed up. There is the like regular length screws and then like the extra little short screws here. I don't know if you guys can see the difference in that. Jesse, can you see those? Boom, boom. There we go. Boom. Okay, so the short screws are the ones that actually go into the rails. So that'll be like these 6 holes right here, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then the regular length screws, these are the ones that actually go on the very, very tip into the foot pad. Do not get those mixed up. So we'll start with the short ones. And what you want to do is just barely put them in. So what I would suggest you do, if you're going to use a screw gun, set it on the lowest possible torque setting so you don't screw anything up. Or the preferred way when you go to screw screws into your one wheel is actually do them by hand, is what you want to do. This way you're guaranteed not to strip anything unless you're just straight up Muscles Malone out there and you just go crazy on it. So go ahead and put all the screws in real nice and loose because you want to get everything started before you really go cranking it down. That way, if the holes are slightly off or something's misaligned a little bit, you don't end up stripping anything out. Once they're all in, then you can go tighten them down. And Future Motion has not released any torque specs for these, but don't crank them too crazy tight because you don't want to blow inserts out or anything, but you definitely want them nice and snug. Boom, that's it for the front. Back is pretty darn easy. Same process on the back, but you don't need to slide the bumper in. It just sets right on top. But you will want to, where did I put those screws? Oh, they're still in the bumper and they're falling all over the table. Okay. Wait, oh, there it is. Sweet. Okay, so we got the last one here. Remember, the short screws are the ones that go into the rail, and you want to do them all nice and loose. Just get them started catching into the threads. And don't tighten them all the way down yet. Just get them started. There we go. And then the 2 regular size screws go into the foot pad. All right, and once you get all the screws in there, you can now start to tighten them down. I never do stuff by hand. This takes forever. Okay. And once those are in, you are good to go. Oh, man, these suckers are slippery right here. Woo! That's it. Boom. We've got them. GT bang bumpers installed. Super easy. You guys shouldn't really run into any trouble doing that. It's a really straightforward process. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. Shoot me an email, jeff@TheFloat.life. And that's it. What are you guys doing still sitting around here? Go out there, go jump on your board and go ride it. All right? Float on, my friends. Sweet. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay. We're done.